Hey, it is Jim, also known as Final Neuron, back for another video, Ogre Battle 64, and I think I fixed my sound so that my voice doesn't get cut off every once in a while. I've got a window air conditioner right at my fingertips over here, literally. So setting up the sound has been a challenge. So as I always say, let's get right into it. Okay, so we just escorted the prince on his very important stroll through rebel-held territory last time, and then we've been called back to Alba Castle, where General Godesles probably has something to say to us. Excuse me.
Isom, you're here. Are you that rookie from before? I see you've made a name for yourself. As we all know, the Palatinian Revolutionary Army has been gathering strength. We gained information from a rebel captive that they are planning to recapture the Valmus mine and its outlying areas. We've confirmed the troop movement. Leader of the Revolutionary Army, Frederick Raskin, is also heading there. No doubt they will strike in the next few days, but we don't know the details. We will join forces with the Central Division, assault Valmus, capture Frederick Raskin, and put an end to the revolution. But we need time to organize the troops. Since your battalion has performed well, despite its lack of experience, I want you to lead this operation. Head to the area immediately and stop them at all costs.
I am assigned to such an important task, sir?
No worries, kid. Our troops will be right behind you. All you need to do is surprise the Revolutionary Army and create a diversion. We'll handle the rest. When their main forces attack, I'll take care of them myself. Expect the Zenobians to show up too. I'm counting on you, Isom. Hey, you don't have to capture any rebels. You hear me? It just causes us more trouble, like last time. Why are you staring at me? You have a problem? What are you planning to do with him, huh? You're going to use his war record to your advantage, like a promotion. Am I wrong? I just thought he was suitable for the operation. I have no such intentions. If you say so. You won't be able to keep him under control anyway. Look at his eyes, just like his father. He's dangerous. Watch out for him.
So back to the Valmus mine we go. Off we go. Oh, Ariosh, yeah. He's got a voice. I'm trying to... Okay, yeah.
General Godesles, the Revolutionary Army...
Calm down. So what about the Revolutionary Army?
They've taken up arms all over the place, all at once. And at the same time, they've captured more than half of the strongholds.
What? That's not possible. With their petty forces, what happened? And what do you mean, the same time?
There were many traitors within the Southern Division. The strongholds fell quickly with little bloodshed.
Which lands are still intact?
Gunther Piedmont, Dardanelles, the section of Alba centered here, Aka Castle.
That's it? Wow.
At least the central route is still secure. Now those rebels. We acted too slowly? But what now? There's still time before reinforcements arrive from the Central Division. What can I do? The House Dragon.
That's our army, in case you've forgotten.
Someone put the House Dragon outside and let it clean this mess up. How could I have missed them? Without a leader, the Revolutionary Army will be reduced to a mob. There's still hope if Frederick Raskin can be taken care of. We can do it.
I mean, you can't. I can. No, You're terrible.
They orchestrated their uprising very well.
What's the reason behind the timing of the uprising?
They're sending non-combatants to Zenobia, the failed abduction of Prince Yumel, the morale of their men, the soldiers of Alba turning coat. All of them are important. They've found the most opportune time to strike. We were ordered to capture Frederick at all costs. He's trying to cover his own butt from his mistakes. Let's get started.
I'm positive now he says that at the beginning of every briefing.
The town of Dees will be our headquarters for this operation. Our destination is Fort Bullen, located a day and a half to the northeast from our headquarters. Our goal is to pacify the fort. We've located a number of units near the town of Suakin. It seems that things will get dicey after we cross the river. Be prepared. And we also spotted enemy units near the Valmus mine in the southeast. You should send some able men there to assist in the liberation.
So, in case you don't remember, we've been in this map before. It got cut off about right in the middle of where we are right now. No, let's put it this way. The city that's at the top middle of the map, that was our headquarters last time around, and we attacked down. This time we're starting in a different city, and the top of the map has been expanded to include a couple of new strongholds. So the terrain is familiar, but also isn't. We'll have a different experience this time. I mean, sticking you in the middle of all these things and having people come at you from multiple directions, that by itself is going to change how the map plays out. Their leader. What kind of man is Frederick?
I know little of the man, but many rumors follow him. His interest is in politics rather than war. Many say he's a bleeding heart idealist. There's much criticism from within the Revolutionary Army. There's something bothering you, Isom.
Also, I forgot that we got Troy last time and we could make a new unit. So I've kind of cobbled something together for him. He's got a couple of Hawkmen and a couple of Amazons. I guess the idea is I want one of the Hawkmen to promote so they can become a unit leader also, and I can have a flying unit. For now, I don't know. It's just kind of cobbled together. Okay, so we have 3 cities down here in the south. This one I think is positive. Yeah, a little bit positively aligned, and it's a shop. This one is also a little bit positively aligned. And then there's the Valmus mine, which is just below neutral. So a neutral aligned character should be able to capture all of those, no problem. About the same here. This is the city where we rescued Prince Yumel. This city that was neutral last time is still considered neutral. So we have to kind of protect that thing from getting captured. Heading up, this one's much more positively aligned. And this last one, Hazy, is very positively aligned compared to what we've seen so far. We're going to send a couple of units here to the south. And let's say we start with... who do I want to level? Let's go ahead and lead with Rebecca. I'm not quite sure how she's going to do, frankly. She's got a couple of low-level dragons there. But we'll also send Leia down that way. And then we'll also send Woody. In the meantime, we'll send Shirley up this way. And because she's more of an assault unit than a tank unit, we'll send at least a couple of more units together with her. And here we go. Alright, we see our first enemy unit here. It's a witch. Witches are not too bad if you're lined up to fight them properly. It's a very chaotically oriented group. Like this black dragon is very chaotic. The berserker is pretty chaotic. And the witch is neutral. And of course they've got their witch exposed, so we shouldn't have any trouble knocking her off. Here comes a dragon tamer with 1 platinum dragon. Very lawful and neutral. Okay, so we've got a good mix of guys going over there already. That shouldn't be a problem. Also, just for the sake of visibility, we're going to send Troy up this way just to see if there's anything coming down that way. And because our starting town is a shop, let's go ahead and see what's in there. I don't think they actually change what's available between missions. Yeah, so it's mostly ninja gear. We're not really needing to pick up any more of that at this time. And there we go. There's a flying unit. Because he's a flying unit, he can fly straight at our headquarters. He won't have to cover either one of the bridges. This is actually a fairly good unit. They could move these 2 Hawkmen up 1 more and get an extra attack out of each one of them. And they could put another unit in here, another character in this unit. That would make them stronger. But for what we've been facing so far, they're actually pretty good. And those guys are agile, so they have a tendency to block what you're doing anyway. Alright, Dio is going to face off against the Platinum Dragon group. Let's see if we can knock out this leader in the first fight. Unfortunately, even with that crit, looks like the answer is no. And one of our ninjas got so beat up, he's going to have to take a protected position. Alright, Shirley, you're up. Ooh, that miss is going to hurt. It's going to hurt. So they canceled one of our heals. They haven't actually done that much damage to us yet. There we go. It's going to be really close. Okay, so we probably win this one. Yep, there we go. And that'll push them off the city long enough for us to grab it and then continue pursuing them with Shirley. Also, after that victory, we see another wizard incoming. And this group is actually fairly dangerous too. Unlike a lot of other group formations, this one could concentrate their spells on one of our characters, up to 4 on one character, and they could kill it. So we'll have to be careful about that. We're going to go ahead and send Troy back to the headquarters just because we got a bunch of stuff incoming. We don't want to get caught out. I'm really interested in what that Dragon Master is going to do. Or Dragon Tamer, whatever you call it. If she starts to retreat to that neutral city, that's not good. Not exactly what I wanted with Linus taking out the witch, but it's fine. It's not that big of a shift. There we go. You're the one that needs to take this out. Very good. Probably we can't conclude this unit with this fight, but it'll get him pretty low and the next one should be enough. Here we go. Good baby D. Very good baby D. Alright, we're going to go ahead and send Linus down to chase that Dragon Tamer with the Platinum Dragon. And, dude, can you please keep an eye on the enemy? Thank you. So these guys are coming down this way. And they haven't met any resistance at all so far. Alright, Rebecca, what have they got to say in this new town of ours?
Indigans once lived in Alba, and even when Palatinus was established, they didn't become a part of it. They maintained diplomatic relations with Palatinus. It turns out, however, they were subjugated by Palatinus when Lotus commanded it. Now the Indigans are forced into slave labor. They're also subject to hatred and discrimination. Cruel, isn't it?
We've got 3 units here. I kind of want to send one to the northeast to help out with that city. So I think I'll send Rebecca just to kind of make sure things are going to go okay over there. And from here, maybe we send... What does Valmus mine look like? 44. We'll send Woody first. And we'll follow up with Leia. Meanwhile, back at our headquarters, they've got that relatively strong unit coming in at us. We've got Troy sort of as a meat shield, I guess. We're going to go ahead and send him in and see if he can soak up the first hit, potentially stick some damage on their units, and maybe force them to back off. I'd kind of like to take the fight a little bit later, since everybody else is busy with something else. We can focus their leader a little bit, so I guess we will. Why not? Firing all their magic at my character with the highest magic resistance. So we were worried maybe they're going to try to nuke something. Well, it turns out that she's probably the best character to accept them, firing all their spells at her. Meanwhile, Troy the tank is going to tank a hit. That crit's not so great. Ow. I may have to run. Depends on what comes up next. No? Okay. I'm trying to predict where their strikes are going to go. So it was good that we didn't expect Troy to take this on by himself. One of his frontliners is no longer able to frontline right now. Yeah, we'll send him back to heal. And we'll let Isom do the cleanup, assuming that this dude's going to keep coming. Nope, guess not. Guess not. If I can get close enough to him, he'll start to do the little sweating, running away thing. And they actually move slower when they're in that mode and they can't control their direction. So you can often run them down and finish them when they're in that mode. Speaking of which, this wizard's trying to run away. Shirley, my favorite assault unit right now. Go get him. Also, a cleric. We've spotted a cleric up here. Okay. If her formation was correct, this would be a very tough unit to beat. She could have a really physically strong front line with healing support and 6 attacks. What she has is 4 attacks and she's physically exposed. They make the early missions more doable on purpose. Okay, so my units got near down here and a couple of ambushers just showed up. There's this knight. Ooh, that's a lot of physical damage. That's a lot of physical damage. Let's see, that's 2, 3, 6, 7 strikes. So that's going to be a lot. We're going to have to be ready to handle that. Also, this archer has just popped out of nowhere. A dragon in front. She'll get 2 attacks there, and then 1, I think, off of the worm in the back. So we'll see. They're going to do a lot of damage. And I'm positive Linus can't handle that by herself. So probably I'll have her go in, try to snipe the dragon tamer right here, and then just head back up. Meanwhile, Rebecca, I'm not really sure. It depends on what their units do next. I probably do need to get Woody and Leia to stop their advance in the south, though. Oh, they're backwards, so now they have even fewer attacks than before. They lost 1 spell and 1 physical strike by being chased down. Works for me. Yeah, that wizard's not going anywhere. Ha. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and send them back up, because if those 2 new ambusher units decide to come to the southwest, I don't think Rebecca's holding them back by herself. All she has is a couple of low-level baby Ds and her arrows. I don't really want her to have to go up against 2 units. Once again, this is why you try not to take fights on a river unless you know you're going to win it. You get stuck on that bridge, you ain't going anywhere. 2 arrows, 2 kills. 1, 2. So Isom got close enough to the bird boy that bird boy is starting to sweat. Unfortunately, Linus is not going to be able to catch that dragon tamer. The dragon tamer just decided to run, and her reinforcements are here. And Rebecca's going to have to head back down also. It's not a big deal. We know where their units are. That's the most important thing. Isom, can we spot this city up here? Do they have anything in it? Looks like they do. Okay, I was going to say, we're right around where we should detect them. So they do. They have a wizard group up there. We'll see how well arrayed they are here in a second. So, do we attack leader? I think we do. We're not going to kill him. Maybe that's a bad idea. Yeah, okay. We'll set to attack weakest, just because I want the Amazons to try to snipe out that guy in the back Once we beat this group, they are going to get pushed away from us, and that should be enough for them to retreat to a city and get a full heal. Unless... Nope. Come on. 2 units at 7 health. All you had to do was focus your fire a little. Yeah, so at this point, he's not chasing them down. Okay, so that knight is coming up this way. And so is the archer. That's actually great for us, in fact, because that's where we've got 3 units that are decently well seasoned. So he's lawful, he's neutral, he's neutral, he's neutral, he's neutral. Dio, what you got for me, bud? Everybody's healed. Yeah, we'll leave him in the center for now, just because the ninjas are not that tanky, and I don't want them to try to tank when I've got a couple of units incoming. I'm not going to let Dio fight up against the river, but I'm going to let him try to hit them as soon as they come off of that bridge. And that should give me enough space that he can get away if he needs to. We don't have access to the leader, so we're just going to try to knock out whatever we can get our attacks to focus on. The Amazons here are actually not in that great of a position to deal damage, because there's 3 different people that are lined up in the back. Thankfully, the ninja blocked that. Otherwise, he'd be in pretty rough shape. As it is, one more fight, and I'm going to be worried about their health. We blended that attack. We don't want to chase them across the bridge. So being able to hit it with a right-aligned attack, or just surely, will be enough to knock them out. The baby dragon's the only one that'll really change their attacks based on that, but looks like it'll be able to do ballpark 40 damage by itself, and about 26 from the Amazon. Not enough to knock out the archer, but enough to get them pretty critical if they don't miss. The only question is, what are they going to do with their leader being middling hit points after this? So he lost, and again, that's a risk that you have with the cleric group. Clerics don't contribute at all to your fight damage, but the unit is in fine shape. We don't have to worry about them getting killed or anything. Dio. I'm not sure how I feel about his health. I'm going to have Dio change his formation so that he himself is most likely to accept the attack. And I'll move this to the side to absorb the archer's attacks so my front line doesn't have to. That should leave me in okay position. And hopefully they can snipe the leader off, because I've actually got a decent number of attacks to put on it. Yeah, should be able to get 4 attacks on there. There we go. Then we're doing just fine. We can even lose this fight. It won't matter. Their leader's gone. They're not following up with anything. So they've got a unit sitting right there on top of us, but it doesn't matter. No leader. I can just sit here. And technically, one trick that I like to do is move close to a unit that I've already beaten the leader, and then just kind of wait for them to fatigue themselves running uselessly against a river or the edge of the map. And then once they fall asleep, just attack them and finish them that way. All right, so let's do a little poke. Oh, wait. Here it comes. Where's it headed? Back up? Yeah, okay. We do need to be careful with that dragon tamer. If it gets loose and heads over to the neutral city, that's going to be awful. Linus is the group that should fight it. Maybe I can set up a kind of ambush here and force that unit, if it loses, force it to the left, to the west, and not let it retreat. It looks like that won't work. I was too slow. However, from this position, they may not be able to retreat across the bridge very well. They may hit the river. I don't think that they're going to be able to get to the neutral city without me hitting them at least one more time. And ideally, I should have switched the Amazon to the left side so it could put hits on the leader. I'll do that in the next fight, unless they change their formation, or unless I'm hitting them from behind. Yeah, see, that 8 damage. That would have been a kill on the leader. As it is, my frontliners are damaged enough that I'm going to have to take a risk chasing them down. Well, okay. No, Actually, I was just totally wrong. They retreated all the way across the river. Luck. Talk about threading the needle there. Now, we do have an opportunity. This unit, he's mostly healed. He'll probably try to cross the bridge again. That dragon tamer is going to come back to that city. So what we can do instead is have Woody go on the offensive. And like I said, this guy fell asleep running up against the river. If Dio is healed, we'll send him. He's pretty good. He should be able to pin them and finish them off pretty easily. All right, Woody, take a break for a second. Try to let that knight slip by, and then go in right behind him. All of my melee strikes are going to hit the front. All of my range strikes are going to hit the back. It's not really ideal, but whatever. Also, slightly bad luck that I woke the dragon up, because he only gets one attack. If he had failed to wake on that first attack, he wouldn't have gotten to do anything this fight. Unless there's a lot of blocking going on, this should finish him off. He's got really high fatigue still, so his defense is going to be terrible. So the knight is coming down this way, it looks like. Maybe he's just targeting Woody. Maybe they're going after the nearest enemy unit. However, this might be a good opportunity. We can do a little bit of backline damage. Otherwise, these guys are fairly fragile. We're going to go ahead and move them back to the city. We'll let Woody take the fight, but we want it closer to our own city. That way, if Woody has to retreat, I can just follow up with someone else. So that if he tries to move away to go back to his city to heal, we can put him into fleeing mode and chase him down. Okay, we would really like for, let's say, Shirley to take this fight. So we'll send her at him for however much closer that'll get her. Not very much. And if she loses for some reason, he'll end up immediately fighting something else. If we don't find the ability to finish at least some of this guy's units off, we may find that he just keeps coming back and coming back until we're ready to move north and take out whatever city he's healing in. We did good general damage, but nothing too focused, so none of their people are really in danger. Something that's a little weird about air units is they can fly over a river, but if you force them to retreat, they won't retreat back across the river. So you can still pin air units, completely air-filled units, against a river and finish them that way. Very weird. He ended up fighting a different group, even though Shirley was much closer. There is a little bit of weirdness with the timing of how units collide. In the 1 to 2 seconds following a fight, it's almost like it takes the system a bit of time to calculate how they ought to be colliding. And so you can see that Shirley is definitely closer than Linus here, but Linus took the fight. And in fact, if you pin somebody against a river and you have them targeted, you can actually move into where their unit is to the point that you're basically right on top of each other. And when that happens, sometimes you'll take a fight with your formation turned in a weird direction because technically your left flank is closer or something like that. If you see me pause after fights really frequently, that's how I avoid that happening. If you pause, like right here in a second, field pause, if you do that and then after a fight ends, you wait a second or so and unpause, that problem never happens. If you're already in range to fight something, you will take that fight. There will be no movement at all, and you don't have to worry about overlapping their units and ending up losing one of your characters just because of a weird, I would call it a glitch or a bug in the game. So now Dio's fighting. Okay. Everyone except for the unit closest. That's fine. We don't actually mind if Dio comes in and takes some of this out. There's also the benefit that we just killed their leader. They attacked a stack of 3 units and had to fight all 3 of them. And they haven't even gotten away from Shirley yet, who's actually coming after them. So we'll end up taking one more fight here. Surely we can do a hit point of damage against him. Meanwhile, in the south, this knight's coming down here. This is probably the most frustrating to defeat unit that we've faced so far, just because the leader is in a protected position. He's not that vulnerable to ranged attacks either. And he has pretty good defense, so arrows are not going to do that much to him. It's the kind of unit where you have to beat their front line up a bit and then chase them if they flee, or hopefully punch through the front, take a character out, something like that. One reason I really like this game is that often later in the game, there is no I clash with your unit once and that's it, your unit's out of the fight. Instead, you have to clash with them a few times. Hopefully you're pushing them back so that you can make gains, but sometimes you just got to keep going at them and wear them down. And using good strategy, you'll wear them down before they wear you down. Oh, hey, I think that's the final piece of the swordsman kit. Yeah, actually, I think that is. And I don't think we've gone into this town, so Dio, how about you give us a tour?
Everyone here hates the aristocrats. There's enough of a disparity of wealth in Alba alone. It's the same everywhere.
Yes, there will always be a disparity of wealth. As long as human beings are not identical, including in luck, there will always be disparity. Is it a problem? Sometimes. Sometimes it is. But going around and complaining about people having things you need to make a better case. You need to be more specific. Okay, so we said Woody was going to take the fight here. We're going to let it get really close. Really, really close, like right there. Hopefully if he has to retreat, somebody else can follow up and keep him in fleeing mode. He should be close enough that if he wants to run, he's automatically going to be in fleeing mode, and he'll take the speed penalty as part of that. So the question is, what should our strategy be? How about weakest? Our leader's really the only one that can hit the leader of their group. So, yes, that worm with the divinity level dodging going on. So I did not manage to kill anything, but I definitely beat up one of their dudes to the point that he's not going to be able to frontline. I don't know if they're going to flee. They may just decide that it's not that big of a deal. Yep, they're going to go home. So, let's take a look at what this means. With that formation reversed, they've got a weak guy in the back line and a banged up guy in the front line. I'm talking about if I attack them from behind. They'll have a banged up guy in the front line, and their left flank will have somebody that's a little weakened. That's not bad. If my worms were in better shape, I would say just go. Just go. But this one's at about half, that 50 hit points. The other one took a little. We'll go ahead and let them follow up, and we'll send Rebecca as a support. He's definitely going to get to the city first to heal up. But once he gets there, he's going to chicken out as soon as we get close. The only question is, can we handle Madeline? Careful there, Woody. And just like how they attacked us and fought a stack, I'm attacking a stack too. So I have to be really careful that this worm does not get himself destroyed. Actually, my weak worm can't get hit in this fight. So that's actually good. And they've already shot all their attacks. We were actually set up to tank their hits in the best way we could. Looks like a lot of the damage is healed off already. That dude in the back already gained 16 hit points, which is pretty significant for the small amount of time that he was there. We're going to attack weakest, and hopefully Woody will snipe that footman in the back. If he does, that's enough. That's plenty. Everything that we... Oof, that's weak. Nope. I hate it, but we're going to have to run, because I can't trust my worm to take another hit. Alright, no worries, no worries. That softens them up for Rebecca to go in and get some kills. She's got my 2 lightning dragons. I want them to get experience too, so that's not that big of a deal. It will be interesting to see what these units decide to do once they don't have a stronghold nearby to retreat to. Because she's going to be able to push them off. She's not killing the leader here anytime soon. Banging them up in general? Yes. Finishing them? No, not yet. And if I attack them in that way again, I'll have Rebecca on the left side where she can focus more of the weak units. In fact, you know what? We're going to have a healing point right here. Let's have Woody just stay in the area. Might need him. Never know. Yeah, now they're headed in a weird direction.
Get them.
Yes, they both chickened out. Yes. Woody can sit here to cover the town while I run off and finish these people off. They're going to stack. That's too bad. I think what I'll do is I'll come down south a bit and hopefully they'll unstack a bit, but probably not. And I think what I'll do is I'll take advantage of the fatigue trick that I used earlier. I'll just park her right here and let her watch them. And they're so brainless. You can actually just camp right next to them while they're building their fatigue and you're losing yours so that you're ready to take them on at full power and they've got nothing. Troy has still not gotten into a fight. It's a good idea for him to go ahead and get something. Plus I want to scout that wizard in the top left. Okay, Troy is in position. And he sees nothing. Really? And there it is. Thompson. This is... I don't even know how to describe how bad this is. Like, it's only good if he's running. It's the opposite of good. All of his backliners are in the front. And his frontliner is in the back. You know what, Troy? Go for it. Okay? By yourself. Just all by yourself. Completely green, newly formed unit. Go for it. There's their 2 attacks. They did 22 damage. And that's that. Alright, and the knight. This is the more dangerous one. Because they've got a bunch of guys with a bunch of hits. Never mind. There goes one of them. We're attacking weakest. Okay, if they can finish this off, good, good. Finish it off. So that went as well as we could possibly hope for. We wiped out people without waking them up and letting them attack. We took as little damage as we could possibly hope for in that fight. So my archer, Rebecca, might be able to finish that backliner. She's got to do 19 damage. Yeah, apparently she can. So we'll see what happens. That knight's not dying yet, though. Yeah, 19 felt like a little bit high. So it'll take one more fight. But in the next fight, I should finish them both. Even if the baby dragons can't kill the knight in one round of attacks, they can kill it in 2. My baby dragons, it is time to dine. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Alright, and Woody is all healed up. I'm going to have him move kind of up into the mountains a little bit. Troy, will you please kill the leader? So their unit is all ranged attacks. The enemy unit is all ranged attacks, which means most of the hits are going to fall on these Amazon. And as you can see, that one is not ready to take any more hits. I can continue the attack, but I'm going to have to move this Amazon into the protected position. And I'm going to lose an attack as a result of it. I would rather not do that. Suddenly, the cleric is coming down. Probably that's because Troy decided to cross the river. We'll see what happens. If something has triggered that's making all the remaining enemy units move, then we need to make sure our people are looking around in every direction and not getting ambushed. So depending on what happens here, the damage is actually splitting okay. I was going to say I may end up having to run, but I think they've only got the breath attack left. And they actually have done a good job of focusing on my units. 2 of my units are knocked down. They're not really in good fighting form. Now if I chase them, those 2 Amazons will be in the back, and the dragon will be in the front. He should be able to take that without any problems. He should be able to do that, but I'm not going to. I don't want to risk a capture when I really need to liberate. So this has 2 golems, one of them misplaced. The cleric is misplaced. Anybody can kill him. I'll probably let Linus do it. Have we been to this town? Take a look.
You've got quite an army here. Here to quell the insurrection? The revolution has no chance against a force like yours. It's kind of sad, really. I was expecting more from them.
It's never a good thing to be so casual about, people killing each other on a large scale. All right. She's fighting a stack. Who's it going to be? Roll the dice. She's fighting Linus again. I don't know how it picks when you got a stack of units that are at the exact same location. That thing may be stacked still. Uh-oh. Yep. So this is one of those weird cases where I may have to have Linus run away just because she's going to keep taking damage from these guys otherwise. I have to run away. If I don't run now, I'll have to wait until the beginning of next fight, and I may have a dude too weak to handle their initial attack at that point. So we're going to go ahead and run. Both the golems are weak. Dio can handle them. Shirley can handle them. Either one of them. Not too worried about it. It'd be better if Shirley ends up taking them just because she can actually heal every fight and end up outlasting them. If it's Dio, that's fine. That's fine. He won't do a ton of damage, but he'll be able to put a lot of hits on them. There we go. They're going to get one golem hit off of the front line, one off of the back. I should finish that golem. And so now they don't have any more attacks. That turned out great for me. Still not doing a lot of damage, but I am wearing them down. And for some reason, that's the fight where it was able to retreat across the river. Well, I guess I'll feed it to my baby D. Okay, so with all of the attackers from the north wiped out, I'm going to go ahead and move up and take their cities. That one is more positive, so I'm going to send my positive alignment unit first. Send Dio in second. And I think we'll let Linus heal up before going up. Dude McPersonface, Troy, can just hang out there. I'm going to leave Isom alone for the moment, just because there should be some units still free running around. I don't want to uncover my headquarters. And we'll go ahead and send Leia towards this stronghold. Not really planning to take it right away, but more just so she'll... Aha! So she'll be in a position to back up Woody. Okay, here's those two ambush units. One has a fencer and 3 hawkmen. So they'll get a total of 4 strikes. No, I'm sorry, 6 strikes. 6 physical strikes. For Woody, that's going to depend mostly on his ability to dodge them. And then there's this, which is nothing. It's not even worth paying any attention to. Except that I would rather have Leia take out that Chaos Dragon? What's it called? Black Dragon. For the alignment reasons. When your units are camping, they have a really, really, really low sight radius. And so they can have people sneak up on them. But their sight radius is not 0. For that reason, I don't mind having Woody camp right with them approaching. I don't have to time it or anything. What should we do here? They're stacked, so I don't really want to fight them because I'll just end up having to run away. I think I'll just have him try to make his way back there and see how everything paths. We'll have Leia head back that way too. And we've got Rebecca coming down. We'll see what happens. Yikes. That wasn't good. How did they chase me down? How did they do that? Yeah, I'll retreat from this as fast as I can. And hopefully Woody doesn't get killed in the process. So your gauge fills up over time, and also as you take damage. Getting a little beat up was okay here. I should be able to heal that off. And the distance that I gain from retreating is probably about enough to heal it off. So they're heading a little more south to come up the road. That's great, because that means I don't have to worry about them taking whatever that town is. Should be enough time for Linus to have healed, and if not, she can heal up here. And meanwhile, Shirley gets some gossip.
You girls don't know...
Wait.
You guys don't understand what the revolution is doing. They're just trying to help us. Are you on the aristocrat side? Or are you trying to help us?
Yeah, little girl. War is as easy as the good guy and the bad guy. Even when there's a definite good guy and bad guy in a war, sometimes you can see reasons why the bad guy ended up where they were. Like a certain guy with a very small mustache in World War II. The reason why he got into power was because he was channeling the anger that people had from their treatment. So anyway, it's not just as simple as, those are bad people. They deserve to be killed. Let's go ahead and attack leader here. He's wide open. It'd be great if we can just knock him out right away. Question is, will he be able to block the baby D? Can he block the D? They're only doing some damage to my dragons. I think we come out ahead. An arrow should finish him if he didn't die to the dragon. Pretty good. Pretty good. We knocked out their leader. Let's just clean up now. So we said Leia was going to take this fight for alignment reasons. And who should clean up? Let's let Rebecca clean up the Hawkmen. Combo in your face. Right in your face. See if I get a triple. Give me a triple. Yeah. I like it. So I think we've found all the ambushers. I'm going to send her down this way. If somebody pops out near this city, I could just run away. I'm not too interested in taking it just yet. Woody can probably go ahead and head over there. Nah, I'll play it safe. At this point in the map, I don't want to end up capturing or having a city captured just because I wasn't being careful enough. Shirley is more positively aligned, so we'll have her go take it. Makes a lot more sense. Everybody was kung fu fighting. That mother was fast as lightning. That baby D. That baby D's gonna take him out. Aha! Aha! My spidey senses were right. That's a very lawful aligned unit. And Woody, are you full healed? Woody, you are full healed. I don't know how they'll do against this. I guess we'll just see. The Valkyrie in the front is in a position to get hit by magic, so I'll be able to have Woody just nuke her. Liberated. I like it. Linus, take notes. Mines are scattered throughout Alba. There are plenty of mountains to dig into and plenty of slaves to do the digging. It's just that simple. Take out that unit. And Leia, you know what? Let's just assume we're going to win. If you would, please, hit that leader. That leader has that trident looking thing. If I remember right, that's the equipment that they use in the upgraded version of that class. So that went pretty well for us. Most of the damage went on their leader. That's what we want. And if we can follow up before she gets onto that town and gets a lot of healing, it'll be just fine. All right, let's see what we've got going on in this town. Shirley?
The first prince of Palatinus, the leader of the Palatinian Knights. Prince Amrius is leading his troops against the revolution. He can't afford to have peasants believing they have a right to freedom.
How dare you? Don't you know that you're the property of this piece of land? You were born here. You've lived here your whole life, and you're going to die here, just as it should be. Yeah, slavery was not invented in the United States or on the plantation. There were all kinds of slavery. Fiefdom and serfs and so on. They were slaves. They were slaves. And that used to be, 99% of people were the slaves of the king. So it was a bad thing. It just wasn't a rare thing. So that dragon can bite my worm and kill him probably. Meanwhile, I can hit their leader and kill it probably. I just received their attacks. I should be able to get some in return and then run. But I'm feeling nervous. All right, worms, do your thing. One. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, and I can retreat. See ya, suckers. Oh, they won. They feel like they won that fight. Go ahead and continue feeling that way. Meanwhile, it turned out about as well as I could possibly hope for. Rebecca's almost there. There's one thing I have to watch out for when chasing this guy. He'll run from me, and if he crosses over the top of this city, he will capture it, despite it being completely on accident. What's that? What's that city? It's a city. It's a city with a name.
The Revolutionary Army. I don't know anything about them. I hate violent people. Will they be put to death for treason?
That's violence. Just because the state does it doesn't mean it's not violence. Woody, I understand that you are leading to crazy bloodthirsty worms, but you might want to heal first. You escaped by the skin of your teeth a while ago. So Rebecca is full healed. Let's go ahead and get her kind of in a position to chase. Go here, and then on the unit. And hopefully that will angle him away from my cities. She's going to fatigue. Probably I'll just let her camp and send the worms to have a little buffet. A little Valkyrie buffet. Okay, good. Let's go get them. So who's it going to be first? Troy? Rebecca? It's Rebecca. There's no leader. Attack the weakest. Nom 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 nom. And Troy's turn. I forgot the voice I made for him. Oh, no, I remember.
Hey, don't underestimate me. You're gonna regret it.
Yeah. Oh, they are in absolutely no shape to receive Troy's group. Absolutely not. These are low-level characters. They're not doing a ton of damage, considering the fatigue and all that, but boy. The Hawkmen got 51 experience out of that fight, which means relatively their levels are very low. Almost there. In fact, I think we can probably, if Woody's ready, I think we can go ahead and send him after them. He's not. Wow, he got really banged up. Rebecca is going to pin him against the wall. That's good. I don't want to wait. I'm just going to send him. It should be fine. Uh-oh. Hawkman. Tastes like chicken. So this fight with Woody's a little bit more, I guess, risky, just because it's pinned against the wall, and both of these guys can put out damage, but they're fatigued, so they can't put out damage. Hey, Bird Boy, see you on the other side. Yum, 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 yum. So everything's been cleared. I've got people out looking for some treasure, just in case there's some treasure I haven't found. But otherwise, they're going to be lining up for a Doom Train here in just a second. Heal leaf. Quit gate. One thing we haven't done so far is try to go and scout and see what the enemy boss is going to be. So I'm going to send him up kind of that way, and then have him do some treasure hunting once he does it. Here we go. So it's going to be a phalanx. He's going to have pretty good physical defense. He's front and center, which means all of our physical strikes can hit him. He has an archer behind him, which means none of our ranged attacks can hit him. So the best way to go after him is with physical attacks, but he has good defense against them. So this is actually a pretty tough unit, and it's got all of the soldiers that it could possibly have in this unit, and they're in the right spot for their class. So you could say it's the first legit unit that we've faced. And finally, our Doom Train has a full roster on it. We're sending in Isom first because we want him to get whatever his special text will be. And then everybody else will just dogpile him until the enemy leader's dead. Oh, Frederick's going to be a recurring character. Not sure if I like Frederick or not. Let me think of the kind of voice I would want to give him. Are you from the Southern Division? You're the leader of the Revolutionary Army?
Sir Frederick, what are you doing? It's dangerous. Please step back. We will stop them. You'll pass through here over my dead body.
That's right. Yeah, actually, that's exactly right. Hit the leader. As soon as we beat the leader, we are good. Yeah, see how I'm doing such little damage. This is not a trash group. Like, I haven't leveled Isom's group much, but it's not a trash group. 2, and we'll go ahead and retreat here. That's as much damage as we're going to be able to put on the leader. That's all that matters. We'll go ahead and let him back off. We only did maybe somewhere from 30 to 40% damage to the leader. So yeah, it's gonna be a fight. She'll hit leader 2. She's not gonna be able to do too much because her back 2 fighters, which her magic damage is a lot of her damage, she's not gonna be able to hit the leader. So yeah, we'll just have to see what they can get. Probably we should just retreat here. We don't want someone critting that footman in the front. And the enemy leader has a special spear that goes through a bit of physical defense. 1, 2, 3. So he's down to 8 health. Whoever hits him next, they get the kill. And who does it look like? Who does it look like? It looks like it's going to be Rebecca or Dio. Probably Rebecca. Yeah. Feed those baby D's. And there we go. Monologue. Sir Frederick, please retreat. Can you speak louder? Oh, you can't. You're dying. So we do get his special spear. You can equip it on Leia, and she'll do a different magic attack instead of lightning. And if she combos with one of her lightning attack partners, whatever, they'll do mixed magic, which is pretty cool, actually. You can also put it on Troy and let him do physical defense penetrating magic attacks in the front row. Why are you disheartened? You did your job, that's all. I hated myself. I hated this world. I don't know why, but I hated everything. I didn't know what to do. I wanted something to fix my problem. I only cared about myself. I didn't care about anything else. I just let life carry me along. The fact that I'm standing in front of you right now, I don't even know if this is according to my will. It is very difficult to live one's life as one desires. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it is right. Letting life guide you is one way of living. Hey, they're here! Oh, it's our favorite people. Ha 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 ha! Well done. Well done, Isom. I knew you could do it. Your so-called revolution is over. Do you have anything to say before you die? Even if I die here, a new leader will emerge after me. It may be difficult for you to understand, but the flame of revolution will not be extinguished by my death. The fight for freedom will continue as long as this kingdom remains corrupt. Enough with revolution. How dare you mock us? Don't forget, you're nothing but a piece of garbage. Isom, finish him off. What? What? You can't do it, Isom? You disobey my order? I guess you share the same blood as your father. Traitor's blood. What? Did I say something wrong, Isom? You're the son of Ankaseth the murderer, isn't that right? Oh my, you might even kill me. I should warn Prince Yumel about you too. You? Calm down, Isom. Are you going to bring disgrace to yourself just like your father? Listen to me. They are the source of unwanted chaos to this kingdom. Unless we do something, this kingdom will be destroyed. All Palatinus will be left in ruins. I'm sure you're aware of what happened to the kingdom of Nerdum. You want to protect the kingdom, don't you? Isom, execute him. Only then will this war end. This will be it.
Finish him. Finish him.
This is one of the biggest decisions in the storyline. If you say number 2, ... then you miss out on most of the special recruitable characters, and you lose a lot of reputation. If you say, I can't do it, then it's the opposite. Pretty much all of the benefits are with saying, I can't do it. I can't do it.
What? You coward. Then I guess I'll have to do it myself. You'll most likely be demoted.
Wait. All right, I'll do it.
Oh, really? Well, I have to see this.
I mean, he should have his own sword already, but sure, give me yours.
Not bad at all. All right, Isom, I'm with you.
Dio.
Hurry, get out of here. Leave them to me.
Thank you for saving my life, Isom. It was nothing.
But was that the right action for you to take? You are now wanted by the army. No, by the entire kingdom.
I'm not exactly sure myself, but I have no regrets.
You'd better not regret it, Isom. If you do, we did all that for nothing.
It just says a voice, so I had to kind of guess whether that was him or not. What? Dio, you're alive?
What? Who said I was dead?
You young people are so reckless. That was too much excitement for an old guy like myself. Oh, what's Leia's voice? Oh, yeah. Hugo. Leia, why are you here? Why are we here? We went along with your decision, Isom. You're our commander, remember? Commander. We're supposed to follow you, no matter what. Now, that's the dumbest reasoning I've ever heard. We were your subordinates in the army that you just deserted. And because the purpose of the army is to obey you, we're going to join you in deserting from the army. Leia's got a point. It all comes down to following our hearts. Isom, don't feel responsible for us being with you, even though we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. I'm sorry. It's my fault you went through all this trouble.
Hey, didn't you listen to what the old man said? You don't have to feel responsible. You still don't get it? I chose to be here. I'll probably have more fun if I stick around with you than to get back in the army and work my butt off trying to become a knight.
Thank you. None of what you people said makes sense, but okay.
Man, you're not the type of guy who says stuff like that. But Isom, what are we going to do now? No way can we get back into the Southern Division.
Frederick, can we join the Revolutionary Army? I know we were killing you 5 minutes ago, but as soldiers of the Palatinian Army, we've hurt countless people. I can't make up for what I've already done, but I want to do whatever I can for the people in this kingdom. Please allow us to join you.
The Revolutionary Army doesn't care about your history. Anyone willing to fight for the end of the class system and declare independence from the Holy Lotus Empire is welcome. There are still many who are being tyrannized by the Palatinian Army, right here in the southern region. We need as much help as we can get. I gladly welcome you to the Revolutionary Army, Isom.
Handshake. Thank you, Frederick. There it is. Just like that. Yeah, I can get not wanting to just chop a dude down, not listening to anything they say, lying about who's behind all of it. I can understand not wanting to be a part of that, but their reasoning is ridiculous. So that does it for Volmus Mine Part 2. I'll check and see if there's anything to pull out of that region. Don't think so. We've been there before. So I guess I'll just see you next time.